Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. This is going to be a pretty amazing set of unboxing videos. Basically, if you watch the preview, I kind of showed that there was two big boxes that came, and inside those boxes were just, it's going to be big books, lots of big books, just lots of big books. It's quantity and quality at the same time. I'm not even sure what each package is, but it's like 10 packages like this of comics, and I'm going to try to do it in 8 to 9 videos. I'm not sure. I'm not going to show a lot of books maybe, but I'm going to show a lot of cool books, if that makes sense. So we'll get into it. We'll see what this first bundle is. I have no idea. Like, when it's all bundled up like this, I have no idea what's inside. I know generally that the quality of the books in this collection are pretty good. Like, sometimes when I buy stuff, I buy a lot of, like, you know, not major books, but just ones that I think are cool. But this is pretty major. These are all pretty major books. Okay, so I'm just kind of unraveling it. Okay, so we'll just start. I'll show you like an example. We'll start off with a cool example of the level of the books in here. Okay, so this is Feature Comics. When is this from? 1938 or 39 era. It's just early part of the Golden Age. It's in low grade. This is Feature Comics number 23, but this is the first appearance of Charlie Chan. So you can see Charlie Chan starts in this issue, and he was kind of a popular character in the Golden Age. And this is his first appearance. This is a really rare book. There's less than 10 of these on the census. It's just a major book. It's like, I was able to get this for a fairly low price, actually, because there is some annoying things going on. So this is actually an octopus, and somebody gave it a Charlie Chan hairstyle. They put in marker, and they colored the F. So those are the big and you know, things that were done to this book. I don't think that would count as restoration because it's like coloring, but it's just annoying more than anything. But this is a really major book. You just don't see it very often. As I said, less than 10 on the census. Very rare. Okay, so that's the kind of level of the books in here. That was like one of the smaller books in this collection. There are some other, like, there are some small books in here, but for the most part, it is bigger books. Because I know there are a few that are not major grails, but still nice books. Okay, so, and then, I'll do that one. Okay, so here's some, oh my goodness. Okay, so these are not big books, these next two, but, you know, they are like ones that are kind of cool, and I'll explain. Okay, so the first one is a Detective Comics. This is Detective Comics 469, and this is the like living phosphorus guy, and he is one of the Creature Commando guys. So that's why this book is kind of a hot book right now. It's not a super expensive book. You can pick this up anywhere from $30 to $50 range. So it's just, but it is a character that is currently hot because he's going to be featured in the Creature Commandos. So James Gunn effect on this book. So this is just a key that I picked up because of the James Gunn announcement. Now this next book is really funny because at the time of recording this, I was talking about this book in a video where somebody asked me about Greg Land. And Greg Land is kind of an infamous artist. He basically, he did this series. This is called Sojourn. And what he would do is he would take magazines, or he would take a lot of porn, a lot of porn magazines, and he would trace the characters from those magazines. So this is actually a cover swipe from Sports Illustrated. And he gave her a headdress and he kind of made her look different, but it's really just a cover swipe. And so this is kind of one of those infamous Greg Land covers. And it's a kind of a cool piece of history in my mind. Not an expensive book. You can pick this up really cheaply, but it's a cool book. It's actually, I like the artwork. The artwork is nice. Even though it is a cover swipe, it is still a cool cover swipe. So I just like this book. As I said, it's a very inexpensive one, but it is a classic cover in the respect that it is infamous. So I like it. I was quite excited to get that one, actually. Okay, now, as I said, there are some things that are a little bit, like, I don't know if I even should show this, but I'll show it anyways, because it is cool, because I know what's inside this one. This is a Comic Tom. Whenever I see these black bags, it's a Comic Tom mystery box. And I'm going to show it. I know, like, some people say, oh, why are you showing that? You know, it's all like low, you know, not really interesting stuff. But for me, this has got something really cool in it. This one time, it has an extra cool book. So I'm going to show you what's inside this Comic Tom mystery box. And I'll show you. Okay, so the first thing is, like, I don't know, Mr. Fasta, number 2. I don't know. So this is just some random comic. So these aren't the big books that I was talking about, but you'll see those later. Then there was a Spider-Man print. You know, one of 1,400 of these things. Okay. Okay. And then we got Ranger Stranger, which is interesting. These rabbits attacking to him. I actually kind of like this. This is kind of funny. Ranger Stranger, number 1. That's kind of cool. And we got Map Maker, number 1. I have no idea what this is. Scout Comics. Comic Tom has like some exclusive with Scout Comics, so he gets all these Scout Comics ones. But this one looks interesting. And then there's like some electric black tag thing where you can get the digital comic. And then we got this Spawn 11. I don't know, is this from the first series? It doesn't look like it. But yeah, Spawn 11. I don't know. And then the things that I thought were interesting. This is why I was super excited to get this Comic Tom exclusive. Was the first one is this Blade cover. This is, I think, Blade number 1, but this is like a variant cover for it. I just thought it was a really great variant cover. You know, I'm not sure like who that is. It looks like, I don't know, it looks like the Scorpion or somebody like that. I'm not sure. And you got Blade there. So that's kind of cool. And then this one is the one I really was excited about. This is a House of Secrets 92. And this is like a variant cover where it's, where if you look at House of Secrets 92, it's her looking into the mirror. And you see in the background is Swamp Thing. So this is what if you could see what she sees in the mirror. So this is just that other angle. And I just think it's a really cool idea for a comic cover. So I really like this. I was really excited about this, actually. This is House of Secrets 92 is one of my favorite covers, and I just like this idea. I just think it's brilliant. So very excited to get those books. So I don't normally get excited about Comic Tom ones. I do enjoy the mystery box, but I thought those ones were exceptionally cool. Okay, so let's get back to bigger books. Okay, so this next bundle is a collection of books from a vendor. I think I got these from Instagram. And it requires a lot more slicing. Okay, there we go. Just really well wrapped. So, okay. Okay, one sec here. And these are nice books. These are pretty cool books. I can tell you right now. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Some really great books here. Okay, as I said, there's going to be big books, small books, big books. Well, these are the big books. First, we're going to start with a smaller book, but it's actually a cool book, regardless of the fact that it's not considered a big book. This is Joker, and Joker magazine, and this is just one of these really great Good Girl art covers. I just love this cover. This is volume 3, number 27 from February of 1953, and I just thought it was a great Good Girl art cover. This is not an expensive book. You can pick this up usually between $100 and $150. I kind of talked the guy down a bit. It also has Basil Wolverton art in it as well. So it's got a lot of cool features to this book. This is Joker magazine, number 27. So just a cool little digest size book. And then, now this is getting a bit bigger. We got Fighting Yank, number 15. This is just a crazy cover. Like you got the girl and her hands are in a vice and she's in bondage, and you got all these hooded figures. And this is an Alex Schomburg cover. It's just a really great cover. I've been collecting more and more Fighting Yanks. I never really intended to collect Fighting Yank, but I just love so many of the covers that I ended up collecting more and more of the issues from it. So this is Fighting Yank number 15. Just a really great cover. Okay. And the guy, whoever bagged and boarded these, did a really good job. They're really firm, every single one of them. This is another, just a really classic Fox publication book. I think this is a Jack Kamen cover. And this is Dagar Desert Hawk. And I forgot what issue number it is. 16, number 16 from 1948. This is another run that I'm trying to get. I think I just need one more issue and I'll have the complete set. So this is number 16 from 1948, Jack Kamen art. And you know, one of the things that you look for in Golden Age books, if you're looking for books that were going to have a little bit of a classic appeal to them, is kind of these Good Girl art covers, but ones where it's, you know, harem or lingerie or something that's kind of exciting or a little bit titillating, I guess would be the word. And this has that element to it. So just a really great one. Actually, two of the books, because of the kind of bit of racy elements to Dagar, the Desert Hawk, two of the books from this run were mentioned in Seduction of the Innocent. Now this one wasn't, but two others were. I think it's issues 20 and 21. But yeah, just a really great, Fox produces some really great stuff. And the interiors on those books are really interesting. Just out of this world stuff that they put inside their books. Okay, this next one, I got a crazy deal on this one. This is Weird Mysteries, number 11. And you can see that it's a low grade. It's a 1.0. And he put $400. I didn't pay $400. I think I paid $200 for this. So I got a great deal on it, and it's just a really great cover, like this kind of like Good Girl Precode horror kind of style cover. Just a really great. I just really like it. Got these weird zombie hands or whatever they are. It says Voodoo Dolls, Ghouls, Teacher's Tale of Cremation. And you know, it looks like this, almost like Two-Face or something like that. He kind of has this weird Two-Face like look to him. I just think the girl looked really awesome. So I don't know. I'm not sure if he's saving her because it's like all these guys chasing after her, or he's like taking her away. It looks like he's taking her away. I don't know. I thought it was a really great cover. And she even has slippers on. She kept her slippers somehow. I don't know how she kept these little fuzzy slippers, but she did. It's just like she's being stolen from her bed or something like that. Just a great cover. Okay, so that's Weird Mysteries. And then this guy had, like, what he was doing was, it was just a really great sale where it was basically almost like half off of the regular prices. It was a really cool sale. Actually, Automatic Comics was also buying stuff at the same time. We were sort of competing on a few items. It was really interesting. It's like we're both competing for the same books. He picked up some great stuff too. but these are the ones I picked up. So this magazine is Haunted. And it was basically, yeah, as I said, these were all half off. So he had it listed at 400. I got it for like 150 actually, less than half off. And it's just this really great, good girl, almost a headlight cover as well. Precode horror cover. And I always wanted a book from this title. I've seen this title so many times on auctions and I always lose out on it. So I was quite excited to get this. This magazine is Haunted. I just thought it was a great, I like the mixed genre where it's good girl plus horror. So I really like this one. And next one, this is another book that I actually lost out on auction several times on this one. This is Jungle Comics, number 47. And I just always loved the cover for this one. It's just this really great cover. I'm not sure who did the other art for this, but this is a high grade. This is a 5.0, so it's a highish mid grade, but it really presents well cover. And these Jungle Comics are just really cool. I just thought it was a great bondage cover. You got this hippopotamus kind of jumping out of the water. Just a really, I don't know, just a classic good girl art cover. And Jungle Comics had a lot of really great covers. I'm actually trying to complete the run of Jungle Comics. I have like a lot more to go, but basically I tried to get all the bondage covers first. This was one of the last bondage covers that I needed from the Jungle series. So just a really great book, really great hippopotamus, just amazing. And this good girl that's in bondage on this post just looks awesome. So those are some of that was all from one claim sale on Instagram, where I kind of negotiated on the price a bit. Okay, this next book is one of the cheaper ones in this whole unboxing. This is probably the cheapest book that I bought in the whole entire unboxing, but it's also cool. It is actually a cool book, and it's weird that it's so cheap. It is a very inexpensive book. This is Tiny Toons Adventures magazine, and this is actually the first appearance of all these characters. So except Babs. Babs appeared in a different comic. That's Babs right there. This is where the Tiny Toon characters first appeared in this comic book. So just a really interesting one. I got actually this book and the one behind it, which is issue number 2, for $6 shipped. So it is really cheap. But it is their first appearance. So if you ever watched the Tiny Toons, it was actually kind of a fun little show. You know, that's their first appearance. So, you know, kind of a cool book. Sometimes some of the books that I pick up are not expensive books, but they are ones that I think have are underrated, or maybe have potential. You know, I think they're some cool underrated books out there. Okay, this next one is one that's just a sexy cover, and one that I actually I have others from this run. This is Cutie Bunny, and it's just a great lingerie good girl or good bunny cover. This book actually isn't as cheap as it might appear. I got a good price on it, but typically this book goes for about $30. Just a really great cover. Cutie Bunny's, you know, kind of a bit sexy rabbit thing. I forgot what the title of the series that she originally was from, but yeah, but this is Cutie Bunny. This was a one-shot for her. Okay, so that's those ones. Hopefully some more big books. I feel like I overhyped this thing. Like, I did show some big books there, but I know there's a lot bigger books in this collection. Okay, and this is one of them. This is a big book. Okay, of course it's pinned down really well. Okay, so this is a really great Precode horror comic. And as I get it out, there's like still lots more tape to go. So what I've been doing is I do like the mixed genre. So when it's Good Girl plus Precode horror, I think that's a really cool mix. And so when I buy Precode horror, I generally focus on those books that have that mixed Good Girl plus Precode horror elements. I mean, there are some like Precode horror books that I do like, just even though that they don't have Good Girl art, but generally I focus on the Good Girl art ones. And this one I really like. I just think it's a cool cover. This is Strange Fantasy, and it's barely Good Girl because you got this girl in the test tube right there, and she's got like a skull head, and she's like being like he's experimenting on her. I just think it's a really great cover. So yeah, I managed to find like that claim sale that I showed at the beginning of this video with all those Golden Age books. He actually had this one as well, and it actually sold for about $300-400. I was like, oh, that's a bit more than I really wanted to spend. I went to eBay, and normally eBay is really expensive too, but somebody had this book and they had best offer, so I got this. I think I paid like $70 or $80 for this book. I got it for a really good price, and it's not a high grade, but I would say it's a reasonable grade. It's like a 2.5 or 3.0. It's got one chunk out of it right there, but other than that, it presents really, really well. Kind of a nice book. So this is Strange Fantasy number, what number is it? I don't know what number it is, to tell you the truth. Good question. So I have no idea. Strange Fantasy though. Just a really, there's a bunch of great covers from this title as well. Okay, so that's Strange Fantasy. And we got one more, and then we'll wrap up this video. And oh wow, okay. So as I was saying, this unboxing, there's one big book, not really big, but one big book that was on my top 10 comics for the year that I wanted to get this year. And actually I was trying to negotiate with my friend Black Box Silver and Bronze to get his copy. He had an extra copy of it, and it's a rare book. Actually, it's pretty rare. And one sec here, if I can get it out. I was trying to negotiate with him, and I was trying to trade my duplicate comics with him, and he just wouldn't go for it. He wouldn't sell. He wouldn't trade. So I was like, oh, okay. And they had a copy on eBay of this book, but it was a 0.5. It was all written on the cover, and they wanted almost $500 for it, for a 0.5. Somebody came, like, so I was like stalking eBay for this book. I was like hoping somebody else would list a copy. Somebody else listed a copy, and it was a 3.5, and it was $300. So I thought, wow, great deal. So this was, and I snapped it up. So once I saw it, I was like, oh, I got to get that book. It is just a really cool book. So this is Wolfgal #1. It's a really rare book, highly sought after for this kind of Good Girl art cover. And it's also a hard book to find. I think there's less than 20 of these on the census. Just a really rare book. And just, as I said, highly sought after. I think there was actually 2 copies on eBay. One was like a 0.5, and as I said, it was around $500. And then there was a higher grade one. They want several thousand for it. So I was quite happy to pick this up for a reasonable price. So this is Wolfgal #1, Alcap. From Alcap was the artist that did the work for it. Wolfgal, this is not actually her first appearance. She appeared in an earlier issue of Little Abner. I believe it was Little Abner 63, which is a book that I'm looking for, I'm hoping to find. So this is Alcap's Wolfgal #1. Just really great. And this was on my top 10 list for 2023 to get. So I'm super happy to get this book. This is definitely a book I've been pretty excited to get. So yeah, and this is just part 1 of this unboxing, and there's going to be a lot more bigger books coming. That Wolfgal is kind of in that bottom tier of the books that are in this book unboxing. There's going to be a lot bigger books coming. So yeah, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Please give me a like, all that kind of stuff, and comment below. What did you think of these books? And thanks again for watching. Bye for now.